How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Right, Drift South season. Very, very close now. So, I need to fix up all the odds and ends that I've either things I've been discovering or things I've been putting off just to get her tidy for the first round. So, oil leaks, turbo drain. Thank God. That is fine. But move a little step further back and the oil was spraying out of the dipstick. So she's a pretty old contraption. Everything's worn and not as tight as it should be, and maybe there's a bit of blow-by, but whatever. I have a very low-tech and lazy solution for this that I'll try. So I'll get onto that soon. But the other thing I really have to do is, if you've been watching for a little bit, you know I brought it up like probably 5 videos ago, maybe more. Rear wheel bearing. It's so fucked. It's real bad. So I need to get onto that. Tyre wear is back to the way it was, so a little bit of positive camber and toe in sorted that out, so back to using the full tyre again, apart from the whole fact that it's too high pressure. Here we go. This is a good example, not completely gone yet, so pretty damn even on the two shoulders. Obviously it is taking more of the centre because tyre pressures are too high. But yeah, definitely a lot more even than if you remember the last time I drove it. Might even chuck a wee picky of that in now. So I'm going to start with dipstick tube now. Right, so got the dipstick, bit of hose left over from the old transcooler that I did on the Hilux. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up this end, push her over that guy, and then that will slide over the dipstick that goes into the block. And one, either just by itself seal nicely, or two, if I've really got that much blow by, what I could do is I could pop a clamp then on there, and that should theoretically solve everything. Theoretically. So there it is on that end. So it required a fair amount of heat and a bit of stretching because it is quite a big thing for it to slip over. Hopefully should be right. Having this right next to the turbo was a little bit of a fail, thanks Mr. Toyota. It's quite hot to grab when it's been used. Oh. It is quite tight getting on. So hopefully I'll get away without a clamp of some description. Oh, I wonder if I can. There we go, turn the torch on. So yeah, there we go. It's on. Pretty tight. I can put a clamp around there if need be. If I've got that much blow by that it still blows by. But yeah, there was oil all down there which I've had to sort of hose down all over the wastegate, which was smoking. Less than ideal. Anyway, we'll call that for now addressed and move on to that wheel bearing. Alright, so onto the wheel bearing. already pulled the wheel off and the spacer off and pulled out split pin and that little guy there, because I know that is going to be torqued up super tight. Yeah, so I can crack that nut and then move on to removing it all. Now, I know you're supposed to remove the whole hub from the car, but I know this wheel bearing is so toast, the actual hub itself is toast. The wheel bearing that's on it hasn't been on there very long at all. So I've got another hub there, which I'll pinch and put a new wheel bearing on that and try my chances. I've been able to get that into the hub without having to remove the whole assembly and redo all my alignment and all that other fun junk. So yeah, I'm going to crack this now, wheel off, pull everything else I need to pull off, and get that old wheel bearing out. Putting the wheel on and putting on the ground so I could apply as much torque as I need. That was pretty much a waste of time because that was not tight at all. All the brakes and everything are out the way now, and this point here, you're supposed to need a puller or put it on a press to get it out. But I'll see if I can put my camera on the right spot, and let's see if I can just hulk it off myself. I should not be able to do that. So I've just knocked the new replacement hub that I'll be using out of that to put in there. Just got to get this bearing race off. I'm going to try this, give it a go. Guarantee it won't work, probably end up cutting it off, but we'll see. Alright, got all the wheel studs pressed in now. Time to, I think I'm just going to admit defeat and pull that hub off the car. I think it's going to make it more work for myself trying to do it on the car. So I got the old bearing pressed out now. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be. Definitely better idea pulling it off the car. So now I'm going to press the bearing back in and yeah, should be all good. Been putting it off for ages, but that's it. Wheel bearing is done. So I guess all that's left is I'm going to put lock stops on my arms, go over everything on the car while it's on the hoist. Oh, and yeah, swap out the gearbox to the one that's being rebuilt, so I have a nice fresh box for the start of season. So yeah, oh, going well so far. In between working on the car, decided to work on a new t-shirt. Let me know what you think, if you guys would be keen for something like this. I've had to improvise and draw my own wing mirror on there because, you know, they're away getting moulded, but yeah, I might cut that out and see how it looks. As you can probably tell by the random pink lines, I can't be bothered getting rid of those. I've decided to do the front end of the car as well for the front of the shirt, so had to be a bit creative here because I didn't really think this through when I just grabbed a random photo of the front, because it doesn't really matter because there's not much detail, right? And I was just going to do the top half, I wasn't going to do the bumper. And then I decided that was a bit ugly, but I've already pretty much like done this, so I couldn't be bothered starting again. So I went and got another photo and I cut the bumper off that. And I stretched and laid it over there for some guides, and well, yeah, I got that. So I had to be a little bit creative with my drawing of it, but I think it'll look alright. It's only going to be quite a small logo on the front. Got it loaded up on the program now, ready to cut. So I'll do it two colours, have the red and white, and it'll go on a black t-shirt. Right, drawn up, got a logo there too. Loaded up the cutter. Let's make some noise. It's all cut out. Should have a little bit of a mirror at some point. Right, so have to give it a wee and see what she looks like.